I mean, look, 8. And Hughes has the inside. Here's Simon.
Capagee Pike just needs to make a half turn. Funicula pouring the ground. Now the starter wants them to come in again. Flag up and down. They're off. Orange Jacket, who's now taking a good hold and passes 2 or 3 of them as Regent Stroll goes on in the early stages under Harry Cobden, jumping flight number 1. With on the inside Funicula. Close up with these is Cocktail Divan, and then the strong racing Miami Magic coming right through the field, having set off in last place as they jump the second. Regent Stroll from Miami Magic, then Funicula and the Hoop Jacket. Cocktail Divan on the outside under Rachel Blackmore in the maroon sleeves, followed by Capagee Pike and Castle Carrick, and then behind those Honesty Policy, with Horace's Pearl held up towards the rear of the field as they begin the run down the side of the course with Good and Clever, the early back marker. Regent Stroll wearing the hood for the first time out in front. From now, Cocktail Divan going second. Miami Magic just getting a lead from Regent Stroll in third. Capagee Pike is back in 4th place. Funiculi Funicula in 5th. Another couple of lengths or so then to Honesty Policy on the outside of Castle Carrick in the very pale jacket round the rail. Horace's Pearl is second last, and finally Good and Clever. Approaching the first of the 3 flights in the home straight, and Regent's Pearl will take it off in front. Regent Stroll over in front from Cocktail Divan in second. Then Miami Magic, Capagee Pike and Funiculi Funicula. Over the next, the leader jumping well, Regent Stroll. At the back there, Good and Clever was awkward. Regent Stroll from Miami Magic and Cocktail Divan on the near side, Capagee Pike, and then Funiculi Funicula and Castle Carrick, and then Honesty Policy, Horace's Pearl and Good and Clever. Another fine lead by the leader, Regent Stroll, as they make their way up the run-in with just over a circuit left to go in this Grade 1 Turner's Mersey Novices Hurdle. And Regent Stroll and Harry Cobden leading the way from Rachel Blackmore in second on Cocktail Divan, followed in third by Miami Magic, who's been a bit keen in these early stages. Capagee Pike is back in 4th under Paul Townend, followed by Funiculi Funicula, then Honesty Policy on the outside of Castle Carrick, Horace's Pearl and Good and Clever. About to run into the back straight, 6 flights of hurdles to jump from here. And Regent Stroll has made all the running so far. Regent Stroll by a length and a half to Cocktail Divan in second. Miami Magic on the inside, followed then by Capagee Pike in 4th place and Funicula on towards the first down the back. Regent Stroll over from Cocktail Divan, Miami Magic, Capagee Pike, Funiculi Funicula, Castle Carrick, and then Honesty Policy. Further back, Horace's Pearl, and a gap of 3 lengths then to Good and Clever. Onto the middle one down the back straight. Into it, and Regent Stroll continues to jump well in the lead, but Cocktail Divan is within a length. Capagee Pike is taking closer order on the outside in the orange cap. Then Miami Magic orange jacket. Funiculi Funicula behind these, the last in the back straight, and the leader coming up really well again, Regent Stroll. From in second place, Cocktail Divan. Capagee Pike close up. Then Miami Magic on the inside of Funiculi Funicula. Castle Carrick's gone right round the inside from Honesty Policy. At the back, Horace's Pearl just getting a little bump along there from Connor Brace, and Good and Clever is the back marker. Running down the side of the course on the longish run towards the third last, and Regent Stroll continues to lead the way with in close company Cocktail Divan and Capagee Pike. Miami Magic on the inside. Funiculi Funicula is going well. Then Castle Carrick. Honesty Policy. Horace's Pearl is pulled out wide. Good and Clever still at the back of the field, homeward bound. 3 flights to jump. Regent Stroll now faces a number of challenges. Capagee Pike coming up strongly down the centre with Cocktail Divan. Then Funiculi Funicula and Miami Magic on down towards the second last, and still still just the leader there. Regent Stroll on the far side, and now Cobden asks the big question. Cocktail Divan is produced by Rachel Blackmore. Here's Funicula, Danny Mullins down the near side from Honesty Policy and Miami Magic at the final flight. Regent Stroll committing far side. Funicula is the challenger. Then running on well, Honesty Policy from Cocktail Divan. Regent Stroll is pulling out a bit more. 2 lengths. Here comes Honesty Policy with a late rush down the outside. It's Regent Stroll and Honesty Policy getting up. Honesty Policy has worn down Regent Stroll. Back in third, Funicula, and a gap to the fourth, Cocktail Divan.
Oh, that was one of the finishes of the week. Honesty Policy gives Gordon Elliott his Grade 1 success here at Aintree in the Silks at JP McManus. Mark Walsh taking the ride. Mark will be awarded Percival Legalois in the Grand National later. He's been seen at his strongest, most persistent and best here, and Honesty Policy extends his winning sequence to 3, 5-1. He runs down Regent Stroll. Well, the real Regent Stroll has stepped forward today, has made a real bold fist of it under a fine front-running ride from Harry Cobden. Halfway up the run, and it looked, after an excellent leap at the last, as though he was going to pull out more to win. But down the outside, Honesty Policy was not to be denied. Excellent run from Funiculi Funicula for Willie and Danny Mullins, and Cocktail Divan has made it a 1-3-4 for Irish trained horses. Yeah,
Nichols is half keeping the British end up, isn't he, this week? Sonbury back to form. Caldwell Potter sparkling yesterday into Grade 1 glory, and Regent Stroll all but, I don't want to say nicking it, Nick, but there was an air of that, because the start, if the finish was great, the start was quite the opposite. Yeah, the start was pretty shambolic, and it was most shambolic if you were Brian Hughes. Orange colours, look at this, he's on the inside. Now his right foot's out the iron. His foot's out the iron when the tapes go up. And then Miami Magic is on the back foot, and he's had to rush him, and then the horse has raced not rhythmically for the rest of the contest.
It's a farce, really, isn't it? After all, as long as it took them to get going, and seemingly, in my opinion anyway, there was nothing wrong with the first one when they could have let them go. And after all of that, Brian's not got his foot in his iron when they let them go in the end, and he must be shouting at them to let them know.
There's a horse who's lined up in second.
But it's Honesty Policy who's won the race, won it for Mark Walsh, and for Gordon Elliott, who's with Niall.
He is, and he's well named, Honest Policy. He had to be really tough and honest.
Very honest, yeah. Look, he's a nice horse. He came out with Pat Dials point to point, and Aubrey Mahan bought him for Fran Mangan, and JP then obviously this is first run for him, so listen, the support as well with horses, so nice to have a great no winner from him.
It'll be something to look forward to chasing next year, won't he?
Yeah, I actually watched the race with you, and I said to you it's next year he's going to be a big 3-mile horse. I thought the ground was quick enough for him. He was going as quick as he could away. Thanks, Paul. But yeah, delighted.
He had plenty of work to do from the last. He was I loved his attitude.
He's a great attitude. He's done the same in Leopardstown. He's a good attitude, and he wants to win, and that's good.
Good way to warm up for three-car brag and the rest.
Yeah, look, as you know, we're hitting the crossbar the last 6 weeks. The horse is running well. We're just not getting the rub of the green, but listen, it's nice to get a great home.
We do run a cracker.
She's something else. Great,
yeah. And a quick line, Conflated, Dufflecoat, and Coco Beach, they've got their work.
Every one of them are in the race. You have a chance. I'd have to say probably the ground might be quick for a few of them, but look, we're in the race. We'll see what happens.
Three-car brag. I suppose he just has to prove he will stay.
If he stays, he's got a big chance. Yeah. Will he stay is the worry.
Good
and I think Phil lowered a massive price.
You've been keen on him for a while.
I'm telling you, he's a need to a chance.
I'm listening.
Thank you.